Hey, hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Friday, December 20th, and I am coming to you here from the kitchen studio, aka just my kitchen here. If you're a regular follower of either of our podcasts, you see me here. Sometimes, if you follow me on social media, you see me here often right before we do a show. So that's where I'm sitting here today because there's really kind of only two things on my mind as we're on this last Friday before the holiday break period, which is the holidays a little bit, and then in my mind, honestly, like 85-90% is just work. I've just been thinking about the business, thinking about work, grinding through some stuff. In the case of our podcast, part of our business, Deanna and I have been busting our humps. She's been really just working her tail off all year since we reinvented and rebranded our Entrepreneurial Thinker show at the beginning of 2024. And now we have pushed through with weekly shows for you all nonstop without missing. And so we're really, really trying to position this week's work so that she can have a solid couple of weeks off and then come back and get started refreshed and recharged and excited for all the possibilities that we have going on in 2025. And that's where a lot of my energies are going this week, is just into a lot of the possibilities for 2025. So as you've been following along here, you know that in the last couple months, we opened up and started offering and providing sponsorship opportunities for our shows and for our kind of social platforms. And the response has been fantastic, hugely validating, really exciting, super, super grateful to everybody who has come on as a sponsor already. You'll start seeing about a half dozen or so folks that'll show up in various ways and placements around our shows in the new year. And then there's probably, honestly, humbly, like another dozen that are in deep conversations or some levels of verbal commitment already that I'm working with to just get lined up and set up for 2025. So really grateful, very exciting, very validating, and just honestly, just it's like having your friends along on your party, right? It's like this. These are the people I'm inviting in this first batch of people. I'm inviting and exposing these opportunities to the people that I love the most, that I trust the most, that I respect the most, who love our shows, who love what we're doing, who love our intentions, who want to see me, pursue this storytelling path. And the conversations are leading to so many kind of unexpected, serendipitous side opportunities and side conversations related to our business, which is, again, just like tripling down on the validation of me being in the right place in this moment in my life going forward at age 56 and a half. And having decided to kind of blow up and reinvent myself for, say, the fourth time since my early 20s, fifth time maybe since my early 20s. And it's just hugely validating to hear so much great feedback, and then to have people say excitedly that they want to sponsor one of our shows, or they want to sponsor our shows or be a participant in that. But then, oh, by the way, hey, could you work with us on this possibility? Or, hey, could we work with you, hire your production team to work on this possibility? And like, could we create another show over here that tells these stories, that does this for our community, for our client base, for our markets? And that is wholly unexpected, but also was quietly kind of on our business plan of possibilities on a long range plan. So it's been really, really fun and really, really engaging to have those types of conversations coming together. And here, as we sit in this last week of kind of the productive year, I've been grinding on that every day, just working with those folks, trying to help the folks who've committed to kind of following through on those commitments. Working with all the future opportunities. And so it's just been super gratifying. It's, as you hear me say all the time, it's all about relationships. It's all about building deep, sustainable relationships. It's all about mutual benefit, mutual kind of win-win. And so it's been really fun to have those conversations. A couple of other housekeeping notes from this grab bag drawer of a Stoppage Time episode for you today. This is the last of this. You'll see me talking to you for this year, but it's not the last Stoppage Time for this year. So next week, keep an eye out, please. Keep an eye or an ear out, no matter where you pick up and listen to or watch our shows, for our holiday special episode, which will drop next week via our Entrepreneurial Thinkers channel, into our Entrepreneurial Thinkers channel on YouTube. So on the 26th, we will drop our normal, regular episode. We are going to persist on the Entrepreneurial Thinker side, dropping normal episodes right into the beginning of the year. We're already scheduled out into mid-January. I've got a couple of really exciting, really, really cool interviews coming up in early January that'll take us all the way out into mid-February. So we're not going to miss a beat with you and your listening habits when it comes to the Entrepreneurial Thinker Show. But what we did is we did a kind of combined holiday special episode for next week. So maybe you've got a little extra downtime around the house, wherever you're going to be. Maybe you're traveling and you got some downtime while you're traveling. Maybe you're at your cousin or friend's house in another state or another country, and you just got to retreat to the back room to kind of, take a break from the kids or the dogs or Santa or whatever it might be. And you want to kind of keep your regular habits of enjoying our entrepreneurial thinking conversations as you do every week. So we've got a special holiday episode that Deanna mostly and me and Anna Paula crafted just for you as our gift to you guys. And in it, we'll do some highlights and takeaways from the Stoppage Time shows, and then we'll drop a great top 5 book list for book recommendations for folks as they're thinking about looking for ways to be inspired or focused or energized as they go into their 2025 planning in their businesses or in their careers or their lives. So that's to be expected. Keep an eye out for that. Understand that we are taking care of you, and we're going to keep dropping Entrepreneurial Thinker shows as usual. I'll come back with another Stoppage Time the week of January 13th. And so we'll get right back into our routine of these Stoppage Time episodes, me to you on Friday afternoons that week of January 13th. And that'll persist weekly throughout the rest of the year. Just like our Entrepreneurial Thinker shows will persist throughout the rest of the year. We've got some other really cool, exciting things that we're working on in 2025, just other mediums through which we can tell stories. If you followed this journey with me at all over the course of 2024, you've heard me talk about a book opportunity. So I'm going to start that project in 2025. I'm super excited about that. Just talked to the literary agency in Mexico City yesterday to kind of confirm some details. So we're going to do that. We're going to get together and really start putting pen to paper, so to speak, virtually, or hands to keyboards as we write books in the 21st century. And so excited about that. Also really excited about bringing our Entrepreneurial Thinkers podcast recordings out into your communities. So what we're calling it is Entrepreneurial Thinkers Live, right? So bringing live podcast recording events into your communities, into literally your geographic communities, but then also your communities of people, your networks, like your collaborators, the people you partner with. So already teasing a couple of those types of conversations with people. We'll be talking to our podcast show sponsors about any potential interest they might have in that. And then also seeking out other localized sponsors through networks and communities that we don't even have relationships with yet to try and produce those events so we can start bringing me and these conversations and these incredible entrepreneurial thinkers that we talk to your city, to talk to your incredible entrepreneurial thinkers that exist where you live. So again, just more chances to tell more stories. And then we're going to really pick up some energy mid-year around the idea of taking our entrepreneurial thinkers conversations and interviews and the human storytelling behind that and look into TV projects related to that. So particularly excited about that. Have some amazing friends here in Los Angeles and in other parts of the West Coast that are really, really skilled, talented career people in the entertainment industry. And I will seek counsel from them, and we'll look for some partners to see what we can create there. Maybe there's an Entrepreneurial Thinkers of Los Angeles. Maybe there's an Entrepreneurial Thinkers of Mexico City, right? Possibility. So we'll see. But with all this said, as you get to the end of the year, it's always a natural time to kind of reflect, look back on the business, on your objectives, but also just on your life. And I just started reading a book. So I'm not going to recommend it yet. I'm just going to tell you that I just started reading a book this weekend called From Strength to Strength. It's by Arthur Brooks, and its subtitle is Finding Success, Happiness, and Deep Purpose in the Second Half of Life. And I think it's pretty comfortably said that at 56 and a half, I am in the second half of my life. Frankly, I'm probably in the last third of my life. If all things go well and I maintain good health and I lose a little bit of weight and gain some more flexibility and eat a little bit better, although I don't eat terribly, but eat a little bit better, maybe I squeeze out another 30 years. Who knows? Maybe 35. Maybe I make it to 85. Maybe I make it to 90. But regardless, that puts me in the last third of my life. And so I'm very curious about Arthur Brooks, who is a renowned author and renowned researcher around a bunch of different topics. But now this idea of like, how do we find purpose and happiness and success in our latter stages of life? Because I am here, and I am here for that part of the journey. So I'll tell you how I feel about the book in a couple of weeks, maybe. I'll tell you when I come back in the new year. Maybe I'll be a little bit deeper into it. I'm going to listen to it over the holidays because I thought it would just be a great mental, emotional reset for myself. But that's it. That's stoppage time for this week, for Friday, December 20th. I can't tell you how much gratitude I have for all of us, for all of you, for all these conversations we get to have. I can't tell you how much I appreciate the trust and the respect and the love that you all give back to me for coming into this space and sharing honestly and sharing openly. Sometimes we go deep on really, really complex, big, important societal topics. Sometimes it's more about my business and what's going on in that. And sometimes it's just my observations of the week. And I'm going to have a lot more of that to say. I'm going to have a lot more of that for us to analyze. I'm going to have a lot more of this to discuss and contemplate as in 2025, as we always say on the Entrepreneurial Thinker Show, as I strive basically just every day, but every week, to try and figure out how to leave the world just a little bit better place than we found it. So I love y'all. Happy holidays, Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever holiday you're celebrating in the next couple of weeks with the people that you care about the most and who care about you the most. I wish you all the joy and peace and rest and recovery and enthusiasm and excitement for what's possible coming in this new year. So, peace.